All right, here we go. We're about to do a painting. And this is going to be a landscape painting. I'm applying a little bit of walnut oil on the canvas. The canvas measures 12 by 24 inches. I hope you can see it right here well. And let's do this. Again, this is a 12 by 24 inches painting. Very, very simple. Here we go. Start out with a very simple sketch. My trees are going to be, I'm just using black, by the way. Black, it has a little bit of red, but nevertheless, it just, any color is fine. I prefer just to use something dark, almost as if I was using a charcoal vine or something. So I'm going to get one of my brushes here and get some yellow, get some red, and a little bit of purple. And I'm going to start going back there. Add a little bit of yellow here. And these are my trees. And my trees in the background. Again, very simple to do, very easy, very simple to do with this brush. Nothing to it. I think the trick is to just be very, very present when you're doing it, as much as you can. Trying not to rush anything. I always find it to be very difficult to paint when I'm trying to rush. So it's better to be slow. Even though it looks like I'm going very fast, this is just practice, but I'm still trying to take my time. Trying to take my time as much as possible. Look at that. Let me get some green, and I'm going to start doing my ground right here. Some green. See, and the reason why I do the lines so thick when I'm drawing my horizon line or whatever I'm doing here in the beginning of the painting when I'm using black, it's because I'm trying to really establish the lines. I'm really trying to establish the spaces because I'm using so much paint. It's very much impasto. There's so much paint in the brush that I'm trying to establish the space as best as I can. Doing all of this with the same brush. As you can see, the whole thing is done with the same brush for a while. Then I switch from brush to brush, but I try to do as much of it as I can with one brush before I move to the next one. So I'm not jumping around with brushes. I know there's a lot of artists who jump around with different brushes, and that's fine. That's a style too. There's no one way of doing it. But I personally like to use the brush and use it up as much as I can before I jump onto another part of the painting that requires a different brush. So I'll use every corner. I'll use every I'll milk every move that I can with the first brush. Until I know that I can't anymore, that I need to switch. And that's a little feeling. You'll know when if you want to do that, when you have to do that. Look at that. So before I move anywhere else, I'm gonna go to the background here and put in some light, some sky. And so I change my brush to this painter's brush right here. And again, using a lot of impasto, lots of paint. No need to rush anything. Sometimes I have to remind myself to slow down because sometimes I do have that tendency to move a little faster. And those are just different things. They're pressures of finishing a painting. I have to get to another painting and on because I'm running a studio, and so that takes it can add some pressures sometimes if you're a full-time artist and you're running a studio and that type of deal. But still, I have to remind myself not to take my time, because only good stuff comes out when you take your time. You may have a lot of experience. By the way, all that background noise, for those of you who don't know, is my assistant packaging artwork. Using the back of the brush to create some little accents here. There's some. Sometimes it's not just about creating little trees or little bushes or anything like that. Sometimes it's just about bringing the color in the background. The color in the back creates little highlights that are pretty neat. Once the whole picture is put together, it looks pretty neat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the tree trunks, and I'm going to get a little bit of black, a little bit of red. I'm going to start my tree trunks right here. Again, you don't want to go too fast on this ones because they can appear sloppy if you're not careful. Or whatever, if your style is fast, don't listen to me. If you feel better that way, do that. I'm just sharing my experiences with painting. I'm a very fast painter, but sometimes speed, if you're not careful, can lead you to not pay attention. And the whole thing is to pay attention. Look at that. Again, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. There's just doing it. And in that doing it, you'll find out what's for you and what's not. Hopefully. You see that? Beautiful. Trees in the distance always look very clear, very bright. Even though they're in the distance, there's some. Because as I'm scratching, I'm picking out the first color that I threw in there, which was that burnt sienna, reddish, more red than burnt sienna. It's back there, and so that color has come out. super cool like that. A little bit of white coming out. Very, very light. There we go. Let's see what this looks like. There it is. Hope you guys enjoy this painting. Again, my name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and thank you so much for hanging out. Take care.